When you're an entrepreneur, you have a lot of things going on. If you're also single and want to use online dating to get a girlfriend, there's a few things that you might take into consideration in order for you to get the optimal results. In this video, we're going to discuss how you can be successful with online dating as an entrepreneur. And the 5 topics that we're going to cover is the things that you should be focusing on, the things that you should do, the investment ROIs, how to optimize your dates, and persistence and timeline that you should work with. Now, why do I know these things? I'm Koen and I'm the owner of Avalo.com, and we manage the online dating profiles of entrepreneurs and executives. We've set up over 1,000 dates, and in general, we get 3 to 12 days for entrepreneurs every single month. Now, let's cover the first things and focusing on the right thing. What we also often see with our clients is that there will be a lot of people that will be solely focused on the looks of their partner. And even though that's an important feature and we don't expect you to end up with people who are very hideous, it should not be the most important feature. Because a couple of reasons for this. Number one is looks will fade. So if you're looking for a wife that you're going to spend the next 30-40 years of your life with, their looks will deteriorate over time. So focusing purely on the looks is not going to be a very good strategy. The second thing is you will get bored of the looks. Now, I've dated girls that my friends were like, oh my God, this girl is so incredibly hot. And after a certain period of time, after certain weeks or months, I would get bored of this person. So even though you might get very excited by their looks in the first stage, later on and later down the line, this will not be the case. Therefore, focusing on these features very much is not going to be a good strategy. The last thing is like personality matters. If you're searching the person who's going to be the mother of your children, it's very important that that is actually a good person. Even though somebody might be a lot of fun, if you know that person is not going to be a good wife and is not going to be a good mother, make sure that you focus on personality first. Obviously, looks are important, but it should not be the driving factor. Now, the second thing is the things that you should do, right? Relationships is giving and taking, just as everything else in life. So there's a few things that you should do. First up, it's very important that you go to the gym and have a decent looking body. Being overweight is a very limiting factor in your ability to get girls from online dating and get women and find a partner there. Other thing that is very underrated is getting your clothes fixed. We've had clients that we send on photo shoots and then we get the photos back and the clothes were awful. They were wide and hanging loose, even like pants with holes in them that were not intended to be there. So that's actually the reason why we at Avalo, we have a fashion advisor that creates lookbooks with outfits that our clients can buy. So they can just click on the links, they get sent to Amazon, and they can just purchase those items in order to upgrade their style. It's very easy to upgrade your wardrobe and get better results, and those results will show in real life, but those results will also show in the photos that you have for your dating profiles. The third thing that is also very important is your hairstyle. It's very easy when you're busy to ignore going to the barber, ignore going to the hairdresser, and really not taking care of your hair. And hair is actually one of the most important factors when it comes to how you appear to the other person. So spending some time and energy towards that is a very good idea. And last point that I want to make is take care of your beard. It depends obviously on your beard's growth and etc. etc. Not everybody is able to grow beards, but it is an important factor that can net you a better look. Now let's talk about the third thing, which is investment ROIs. So making sure that you invest in photos. Now, one big side note is not all photographers are created equal. So it would be ideal if you find a photographer who has experience with taking photos for dating app, or that knows how to take photos for dating app, because that way you can filter for which photographer would be good to get you the photos that you want. Because I've legit had photo shoot done where afterwards I didn't have any really good photos. So really picking the right photographer is very important. The second thing that you can do is buy courses. Courses will explain to you better how online dating works, what you should do, etc., right? This does involve spending time, because if a course is, let's say, 10 hours long, it does take you 10 hours to go through that whole course. And a side note as well, when it comes to learning texting, is that Even if you go to the course once, that does not mean that you are able to implement all the tips in that course. The third thing, obviously, that you can do, which I'm heavily biased towards, is hiring somebody else to take over your online dating profiles. That's what we do at Ovalo. We take over your online dating profile, optimize everything, and just schedule dates into your calendar. But obviously, this is only going to be relevant for the entrepreneurs that have a decent amount of cash flow coming in and that are in a location where it makes sense, etc., etc. If you're interested, go to our website. If not, don't worry at all. You can do everything yourself. The fourth thing that you should do is optimize your dates. This is something that's very important when you're an entrepreneur and you're busy and you don't have a lot of time. So the things that you can look into, like setting up pre-dates. We have one of our clients, he's worth over 100 million, and what he always does before he meets somebody is have a call for at least 15 to 30 minutes. He can just do that call while he's commuting, between work, between meetings. So that's a very easy way for him to filter out, like, hey, do I actually want to spend the 3 hours on a date or 4 hours on a date with this person? Yes or no? Other things that you can do is set up a date routine where you go to a place near you, near your job, near your business, and just have like a 15 to 30 minute coffee date instead of having a longer date. Therefore, you're able to filter out quicker, hey, is this person worth my time? Do I feel a click? Yes or no? Another important thing when it comes to optimizing your dates is make sure that you're having fun. So it's very important that you do some activity or go to a place that you actually like to go. Another thing that you should never do is constantly go to different locations. You want to optimize your life. You want to optimize a lot of things. So optimize 1 or 2 venues that you know that are close to you, that you might know the staff, etc., etc. There's a very easy way to optimize that date location towards getting the best outcome that you want. Now, the fifth thing that's very important when it comes to succeeding with online dating is persistence. There's a certain amount of effort that you need to put in to get the outcome that you want. One factor to this equation is like how picky you are. If you're extremely picky and you don't want to invest any time into actually filtering out the people, like filtering out while having mini dates, etc., or spending the time to actually get to know the person on a dating app, it's going to be very tough. So don't expect you to be like, hey, I signed up for a dating app, I'm buying all the boosts, etc., and we're 1 month further and I don't have a girlfriend. Be realistic in that. In general, it takes at least 3 months to find a suitable partner. And for some people, it can even take up to a year. But understand that if you're looking for a future wife, the mother of your children, it makes a lot of sense to approach this process with due diligence, to invest into this process, to invest into a scenario where you find somebody that you're going to have an amazing time with the next 30, 40 years of your life, and that will be able to give you amazing children. Just being like, hey, I want to get a girlfriend right now. Yeah, that's fine, but you need to understand that it's not something that you can just decide and it automatically happens. So there's an amount of persistence and investment that is required for you to succeed with online dating. It's not I'm gonna sign up and in 2 weeks I'm gonna find my wife. So please be realistic in your expectations when it comes to succeeding with online dating. It's the same when you go to bars, when you talk to women on the streets and all those other features or the other outlets. It's like it just takes time to find your suitable partner. And for some people, it might even you spend 3 months on a dating app, you find somebody, you date that person for a while, then you find out that person is not the best fit, and then you go back into that loop, right? It's not for everybody. They're gonna settle and get married to the first person they enter a relationship from a dating website. Hope you learned something. I hope you learned that you should focus on the right things when it comes to online dating, the things that you should do to increase your perceived value and to increase attractiveness that you have, investment ROIs. By the way, with investment ROIs, dating apps obviously allow you to spend money, which obviously also going to get you better results, how to optimize your dates, and the fact that you need to be persistent. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about what we do, go to havalo.com or send me an email at koen@gmail.com. Hope you're having an amazing day and see you in the next video.